Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man, it's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales, dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called LaToya's Tito. The ingredients you need to make this. You need 2 ounces of vodka, a half ounce of orange liqueur, 2 ounces of some lime juice, a fourth of agave. Here's how you're gonna make LaToya's Tito. You're gonna add all of the ingredients to a shaker filled with ice, shake that for about 30 seconds, and then pour that into a glass with ice and garnish with your lime wedge. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a LaToya's Tito.
I came up with that one because I saw the special request come in via screenshot because we record on Taco Tuesday, even though we will hear it on Thursday. And I'm like, I love a good Tito's. And I was already planning on margaritas. So bam, we got it. And I wasn't going to make Hennessy wings, so no need to have Hennessy this time. But maybe we'll have you back another time. Or maybe when you have your Juneteenth celebration, I'll bring you a couple bottles of the good hen dog, okay? Anyway, this week we do have a guest. But I want to welcome you guys back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions. I am Kiki Said So.
I'm Medinah Monroe.
And I want to remind you guys really quick to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel if you are watching. And if you're listening, wherever you are getting the podcast, make sure to remember that you should rate, review, and subscribe. Drop some comments and talk to us. We would like to keep the conversation going. So if you're watching this, feel free to comment. If you are looking at a clip, leave a comment in the clip. We want to see what y'all think, and we will talk back.
Okay, y'all. So you know that it's Women's History Month. And so we are doing all women guests this March. And I am so excited. This week, y'all are going to hear us talk about growth, identity, money, Black women. And I just so happen to be friends with the woman that I also look up to as the guest. Y'all, we got LaToya Shambo, the creator, the founder, the CEO of Black Girl Digital. And Kiki and I had the pleasure of presenting an award at her Creator Palooza last year. And it was just a phenomenal experience. I know I introduced her and then I just started talking. Y'all make some noise for my girl, Toya.
Welcome, welcome.
Hey, y'all.
When I got that email, I was like, oh, did they see us?
I see y'all. All the
And
time.
it felt really good. The event was amazing. I have seen pictures before and I was like, how do you get invited to this? How can we go to this? And then it slipped my mind because a million things are going on. And then I checked my email and it's like, oh, wait a minute. We're invited and we get to present. Y'all, that was something that we went to back in November. We posted the Glambot pictures on the Instagram and that was so much fun. We were out there for a minute and it was so much fun. I don't care if it was November. We had our shoulders out and our gowns on. It was such a nice event. And meeting so many people, creators that I admire, that I look up to, people we want to work with. Even I asked you about your glasses in the hallway because I be wearing my glasses and I use all them products that I got. When I was loading up on those bags, people were leaving their gift bags. And I was like, you leaving the gifts? I'll take that. Thank you. I love some stuff. Like when they give gifting bags at any event, I want the things and I want to try them out.
Well, for anybody listening who might not know about Black Girl Digital, which I doubt that's anybody, you guys, LaToya, what you have built, I can't even believe you sitting here with us right now. That's how I look at you. Like,
No.
do you know that?
I don't.
You're doing a lot for the community, Black women, the digital space. In the short amount of time from me knowing you, I've learned so much just from really listening to when you talk. What you're doing for influencers, Black creators, bridging a gap with the pay, and you're not trying to be at the forefront of it. You're behind the scenes doing the work for us, and it is appreciated.
Thank you. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. I am super excited to be here. I love the color of the conversation. You know, it's not one dimensional. So thank you. And thank y'all so much for coming and hosting or presenting an award at the,
we'll
at the
host
show.
when you're ready.
Listen, some changes are to come. Some changes are to come. It has been a blessing. It's really been a blessing. And it's so funny, the imposter syndrome thing.
There's no way you had that.
It's
There's no way you had imposter syndrome.
You know what? I think a lot of times the people that you think don't have it the most.
You don't, because the thing is,
and you're passionate.
You don't think that so many people actually know you and know what you're doing, but also believe in what you're doing every year. And this last year was really hard for me because the year before we hosted 500 creators. And of course, the climate change, the world change, money change. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to not do the event, but I can't host 500 people because I feed everybody. Like, I don't play with food. I don't play with, if I'm going to hold y'all there all day, I'm going to give y'all a good meal.
That baby had an open bar. And she had an open bar all night.
And multiple courses. Like, and let's just back up for a second because, like, we're creators and we're in this space, but people who aren't, that just, like, admire creators, they might not know what you are and what Black Girl Digital is and what she does. So when we were presenting at the award show, it's something that honors a lot of the people that you are influenced by, that you look to for your entertainment, for so many different things. There were so many big creators that we all look at that are there. And the fact that it's big, Black, and big and Black, I just love it. I love seeing Black women do things. Like, women doing things, great. But it's just an extra little, I'm excited when it's Black.
You know, when I first started back the award show, 2022.
Okay.
My thought process really was like, well, how do I help validate the industry and further push the narrative for Black creators in the work that they do, right? And I don't know, it was so... I was new here to Atlanta. People were like, who are you and what is this?
You're from New York.
I'm from New York. And coming to Atlanta, there was more community vibes. And I was like, well, I'll start it here and kind of see where it goes. And literally I honored 5 creators and hosted 40 in a small space. And it was really cute. And then it kind of took off. The next year, we opened up voting and really put some thought into the categories. And we honored 14 creators that year and hosted 120. And now keep in mind, like, it was actually 175, I'm sorry. And I only had space for 100. And we had 200 RSVPs. And I was like, ooh, what am I supposed to do? It was beautiful, but also a mess. It was a beautiful mess. And I was like, okay. So the next year we made it a 3-day weekend. Walt Disney World sponsored. They sponsored the second year. We had YouTube, we had Snapchat, we had some really great brands to come and support the mission, the vision. In the third year, it just scaled. You know, we honored 40 creators and we had over 100,000 votes. Wow. I was like, what is happening? And to me, that just really showed that the community cares. They care about the work that the creators do because we position it based on the work. It's not just a vanity metric. It is based on, the creators brand partnership. Like, what's the quality? What's the consistency? And it's far, far, far more than, all right, I just get on the internet and I post, and and as you said, like, I'm not trying to gain influence and followings behind what I'm doing. I'm literally here doing God's work. That's truly what I believe, that this is to further push Black women, Black men into the light of their career and their legacy, and showing others that, like, look, you could actually really make this a thing. Like, you can make this a career and build beyond just, all right, I'm posting something on Instagram. Nah, this is a real career. Like, you can make millions.
It can be life-changing.
Life-changing. And sometimes you just need to see someone else that looks like you do it and be awarded for it and be celebrated for it. You know, like the BET Awards had to start somewhere. The Oscars, they had to start somewhere. They all had to start in somewhere, you know? And I was like, well, look, ain't nobody else doing it. Let me just do it. And now everybody else trying to do it. We're not even that conversation.
And you know, it's like
biting off Black Girl Digital, but we ain't gonna say no names.
Yeah,
people do try to bite off of others, and that's something to be said about just Black creators in general too. Like I was thinking about the conversation we were having before we started recording, and in my mind I'm like, they really need them there. They don't. Are you ignoring it, or are you that far removed, or what is the reason that you don't realize that no matter how you try to spin it, the people that you can bring to this event are people that everybody is looking to, whether they admit it or not.
100%.
And that happens in so many areas of media and entertainment and just any sort of content in any medium. People look to Black people. And I saw a clip, it was from the NAACP Image Awards. And it was actually from Sophia Bush. And she had to have a talk with everybody that looked like her. If y'all don't know who Sophia Bush is, she's a white actress. But
I saw that clip.
And she was just like, I need everybody who looks like me, the men and the women. When you consume the content that Black people are putting out and you're entertained by all of this, you also need to show up at other times. So this is a challenge to you, essentially, is what she said, which is accurate.
But here's the thing. I think that the challenge is that other races and ethnicities don't come into our world, really.
They don't. They just try to take a piece.
They take it, and infuse it into their world. Like they don't really go to Jamaican restaurants, and they don't really go to the.
They get their hair braided on the beach.
They get their hair braided on the beach. You know, they don't. They don't really like.
It's good at first, but it's like you can't swim in that. Y'all don't know nothing. You didn't ask them ladies no questions.
And we oftentimes go into their environments because there's just more of it to go
you
to.
You have to almost.
Exactly.
Sometimes you absolutely do.
But they hardly ever. And so even when we're doing our award show week, right, our Creator Palooza week, it's, hey, brands, come and support the creators in their thing, right? It's yes, you invite them out to your thing, but when do you come into their world, into their community and support their thing, right? Like, when does that power shift? And it's still gonna get you the result, if not a better result. You know, and I'm just always looking at it from that vantage point. It's like, come into our world.
Let me ask
see what
you
we
this.
got going on.
Because I love to know like the background of a person, and how did you get? What sparked it? I know you saw a need. What was your background in? And when were you like, okay, this is what it's going to be, and this is how I'm going to do it? Was it hard? Were you scared?
I actually thought I was going to be an A&R.
Yeah,
I went to school. So fun fact, I was in a singing group.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, we need karaoke night.
Don't play with me.
I can't sing. I can be your backup dancer. I am tone deaf as fuck.
Back in middle school, high school, I was in a singing group, but I have terrible stage fright. It's hilarious because I can get on stage and talk, and I know, it's hilarious.
Wow.
And so then I went to music school in New York, and the first year I interned at Bad Boy. Don't ask any questions.
Thank God. Now I'm glad you made it out, and you're with us on this side.
I made it out. But I also, in that experience, realized that the music business wasn't for me. I was raised in Houston, so my background, my energy, it was just different. You know, the New York hustle, the New York mentality, I had a bits and pieces of it, but I wasn't raised on it. So the music business, it just wasn't for me. So after the first year, I changed into marketing and advertising. Best decision of my entire life.
Really?
My friends that went to that graduated from the music school, they didn't get jobs for years. I got a job immediately. I also thought I was going to do radio ad sales. And I was in an ad club, and the guy from Light FM. He was, speaking, and I was like, yep, I'm going to do that. Called him. He gave everybody his business card. I called him and I was like, hey, I want a job. And he was like, okay, send me your resume, all your transcript. And this was April. So he thought I was graduating in May. And I was like, oh, I don't graduate until December because I had transferred. And he was like, you have to be a graduate. I was like, but I still need an internship. And so I got an internship at the radio station and it was great.
In New York?
In New York.
Oh,
wow.
It was really cool.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
What station were you at?
Light FM.
Okay.
And it was cool. And then when it was time to graduate, though, I used to go to the library. You young folks.
I still go. I have my library card. I go to the library now.
I go to the library and
We
I
talk
work
about
in
this all the
radio.
time.
Young
So
folks,
yeah,
there
all
is
of this
the
is
such
sounding
thing.
good. Yeah.
There's a library.
I be trying to tell them they got apps for the library
And the
now. You
library
get
has
free
a lot of
books and
perks.
audiobooks.
You can go to
Classes.
see a play.
You
for
can
free.
learn how to podcast.
Really?
Girl.
You can learn Spanish.
You can get. They gave out. They
Yes.
gave out trees.
Here.
They gave out trees the other day. Also, the guy from Keenan and
Activities.
Kel, the bigger one, he was doing. Y'all sleeping on the library.
Nah, and I'm telling you, the library was just lit.
They have laser tag for the kids in the summer. Sometimes, like activities, if you just want to let them kids go to the library, send them kids to the library.
In New
Anyway.
York, the library, they do funding. They would do like grants and pitch contests. It's so many resources. Don't sleep.
Don't sleep on the library.
But I
y'all.
would go to the library and read books on careers and in advertising, and I would see like, all right, what's the salary for each career, and all right, well, what's the next job after? What's the trajectory? And so
I wish I would have lived life like that.
What did you do?
I don't know, but not that.
Okay.
And I saw media planning and media buying, and I was like, what in the world is this? And I just applied to it, and I had an offer between Fox and an agency. And I ended up going to the agency and doing buying for McDonald's, Kmart, Sears, and it was traditional. So it was for like the local radio station, Hot 97, local television, and it was hella boring. It was like boring, and I was like, "What? Okay, this is not the future. The future is digital." So I did that for a year and I was like, this is not going to work for me. And I transitioned into digital media and I was doing pharma. Again, hella boring. But it was so critical. So critical to my learning on how to plan. It's detailed oriented. I was like, oh, okay, this is great. Then Spike Lee called. And I ended up doing planning and buying at his agency, working on like Pepsi and doing some digital stuff there. But they too weren't as digitally focused as I wanted. And, people, don't sleep on LinkedIn. I tell you, don't sleep on LinkedIn.
I've been getting on LinkedIn a lot lately.
The opportunities there, and I was there early. I was in a group. And I saw a job posting at Complex, and I applied and I got the job. And so I ended up working at Complex for 7 years in like 3 different departments. But I've always had this entrepreneurial spirit inside of me. And once upon a time, I had a baby boutique. Once upon a time. And started some
I just
other
had a baby boutique.
Yeah. Started some other
100,000
things.
lives.
Right. And then 5 days after I gave birth, I was hit by a car while crossing the street with my daughter in my hand. I mean, obviously we survived. We made it.
Did you tell this story at the show?
Yes, I mentioned
Okay,
it.
because I'm like, this sounds
I
familiar.
mentioned
Okay,
it, yes. And just during that time period, I was like, God really saved me. Like legit saved us. And I didn't want to squander that away. And I was like, I got to figure out my purpose. I got to figure out the mission. I really got to pull it together. And when I went back to sign some paperwork, I looked around and I was like, I said to the CEO, he was like, why are you so happy? You are in crutches and broken up. And I was like,
I see the future.
I see the future. I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to have my own agency and my own network. And he was like, okay, Shambo. I was like, okay. And that was really, I was just figuring it out, and one day I might have been in the marketing department at this time. And I was like, oh, this is how you make money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understood how to plan media, buy media, structure deals, but I didn't click. It didn't, the money, the profit, the margin, it didn't click for me until a couple of years later. And I was like, oh, I can do this. I can absolutely do this, because not only did I build a lot of the process, I understood how the margin was set. I understood how the money, the profit was made. And I was like, oh, it's up from here.
As an entrepreneur, what would you tell I started to say a young person, but anybody, because we all change our minds daily. What would you tell somebody who wants to pursue entrepreneurship in terms of like how you had all of these different positions with different companies and you were able to essentially learn on the job before you were prepared to do your own thing? What would you tell them? Would you tell them, go get a job?
Go get a job.
And learn on somebody else's dime.
Absolutely.
And then apply the teachings later, or just dive in?
Go get a job. And I'm just a corporate girly though. Like I love, I would, if somebody called me today and was like, yo, I got $300,000 so you got some health benefits. Yes. And thank you. Yes. And thank you. I do think that there's something to be said about learning on the job. And I tell, I meet kids all the time. They're like, I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to work for an all black something or the other. I'm like, why? But why? Why today?
What is your why?
Why today? What's the rush? Like there's literally no rush. You really need 10 years to learn, to become an expert. And sure, there's also something to be said about trying and failing and trying and learning and trying again. But there's also something to be said about peace, relaxation, taking your time, and really perfecting your craft, but learning where they are failing so that you can build something better. Right? Like if you want to be, if you want to own a magazine, go work at a magazine company and try to work in all the departments, enough of the departments, or find other people that work in those departments. When I started at my first job, the girl that trained me, I said, when I start my company, this was back in 2008. I said, when I start my company, I'm going to hire you. She was my COO. I wasn't playing.
When you contacted her, was she like, you really did it?
You did the damn thing.
And then we ended up in Brooklyn, living down the block. Then we ended up getting pregnant at the same time. And then she moved here in Atlanta. And now she's in McDonough. She made all my money. She was at the Galentine's. Yes.
Y'all are sisters now.
I really, like when you are working with people in a company, pay attention to people's skills and their expertise. And I know where I'm weak. And I'm always looking for people that can fill those gaps. You see on our call, like I don't play around with that. Like if I can support you in your strength and you can support me in my weakness, that's a match made in heaven.
And
that's a beautiful thing.
That's what I love about just your whole, everything that you do. First of all, I sound like a fangirl, but just also you as a person, it's like being around you and really feeling the love and how I can just tell that you truly believe in bringing people up and helping people. Sometimes that's really hard to meet in the world that we're in. People gatekeep, or people are just like, I'm going to do this. And then you never hear from them. And then you feel like you're getting on somebody's nerves just because you really want to work. But the way that you you provide space for people to win. And that is just so appreciative because you be trying. The content creators be trying. You don't know the disconnect. The podcast be trying. It's like, why we made nobody? And then here comes Fairy Godmother, and you're like, let me show y'all how to do this. Even the way that you present yourself and the way that you speak, even though you said something about imposter syndrome, you talk like I am going to get this, and I'm gonna have it.
Listen, first, imposter syndrome is when you think too far ahead. In my opinion, you're thinking too far ahead about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna feel in this moment. But when you sit in it and you allow God to kind of just work you through it, you know.
When did you realize that you wanted to help other people build up their names, like with all of the creators that you're working with, and you creating a whole award show to really give everyone their flowers and build all of these things up? When did you realize that was something that you wanted to do? And then when did you have the confidence to know, okay, I can do it versus I want to do it?
That's a very good question. So interestingly enough, when I was at Complex, this girl called me and she was like, and I was looking for my transition out, and she said, someone wants to meet you and talk to you. She's trying to transition her brand and she didn't know kind of which way to go. And it was Nicole Kane.
You know what's so funny? I was hosting a podcast from XO Nicole after she left.
I did her transition.
Yeah.
So from Nicole Bitchy to XO Nicole. So
were you
and
shocked?
It was so
though? Like,
good.
Are you ever like,
it was good.
Were you like, I can't believe she's reaching out to me? Or no, you were like,
I was shocked. Because again, I didn't feel like anyone knew me or,
your name preceded itself.
There was no social media the way it was today, and I was just like, okay. And, we spoke a couple of times. She called one, and then one time she was like just crying because she just didn't want to do Nicole Bitchy anymore. And I was like, shut it down. Shut it down right now. Just do it. Just do it. And we built the website. I set up her whole ad ops back end. We did the launch party. Like, I was like, let's just do it. No one is doing it. I love being first. It's just be unique. Do your own thing. Who cares how it's received? Just do it.
Just do it.
Because you'll never really know until you do it.
Just do it.
Now, speaking of just doing it, and speaking of Nicole Bitchy wanting to transition, and she's just like, we're just stuck. I wanted to talk about growth. When do you know when it's time to grow?
When you're doing the same thing over and over and over. When you literally can do your thing in your sleep, that's the time to kind of like assess whether or not you can absorb something new, something additional, whether or not, but it's also like a money thing too, like when I start a new business or a new venture, I look at, do I have the revenue, the margin, the time, the capacity, the people, the resources? I assess all the things, but I also get to a point where I'm, okay, this system is set. What else? What's next? I think that there's something to be said about, following your system and scaling your system, but you internally have to know what that feels like and what that looks like for you. Like, I'm just not a complacent person. So I'm always kind of looking for a new thing. I love learning. I love growing. And I just have a thing for change. And this is probably why I'm single.
I had a funny conversation with somebody in my DMs. Don't worry, girl. I'm not going to put you out there. I would never do that. But she asked me, what was it that I was taking when I shared a story about my pussy being really dry, and I was trying to figure it out, and like what made me take whatever I took, because she thinks that maybe she took too much of something because something just wasn't right. And I was like, okay, girl, well, what happened with me was a combination of two things. I have bad allergies, so I was taking Zyrtec, and then I also took like some Tylenol or something. I wanted my period to stop. I was doing things that I do not recommend. What I do recommend, and what I told her, so I'm going to tell you guys too, is Soaking Wet from VB Health. Soaking Wet is a vaginal probiotic and prebiotic. They have vitamins, minerals, all sorts of great things packed into these small capsules that you take on a daily basis. And I can't help but think, if I was taking that back then, I wouldn't have experienced that, because even though if you do take a lot of allergy medicine, vitamin C, and a few other things, you can experience some dryness, and then it'll throw things out of whack, and who knows when it'll get back right. Maybe I wouldn't have, because I would have had enough of the other things in my body to kind of still make things be good. I'll never know, but I hope that you, especially my allergy people out there, that you never go through this. Get your soaking wet pills. They are really good. You just take them every day. I mean, all the instructions are there, but they are packed with wonderful ingredients. They are put together in a really nice facility. It's clean. This is not happening in somebody's bathroom or kitchen. And doctors, actual doctors, medical doctors are the ones who put this together. So
I love it. Use supplements that work. And VB Health, Soaking Wet, that is a supplement that works. I love, like Kiki said, take it daily. This is a vitamin. I'm not having sex right now, but I'm going to be ready when I start. It's just good and marinating. Like, you guys, it's a good way for you to start if you don't take vitamins. Some people don't be taking vitamins. I'm like, start somewhere. Start somewhere. Yeah. So maybe you start with your VB Health. So you guys, you can get something for your man also. I always say this, if you are a couple that travels a lot, or you're a long distance relationship, these are cute little gifts to just randomly send. Imagine you're setting up a cute little like Zoom date night or FaceTime date night. You send Bae the load boost that they have for men, and it just makes like a cute little, even if you never tried it before, FaceTime masturbation more exciting. Did you get the gift I got you? Like, I mean, like, try some new things, you guys. Make every encounter slipperier, sexier, and downright sensational. So it's time to get soaking wet and keep those good times coming, literally. So you guys head on over to soakingwet.com, use code CockTales for 10% off, or click the link in the episode description. And now let's get back to the show.
I'm just
Ain't
playing.
nothing
We're not
wrong
going
with
there.
that. Look, we don't chase them, we replace them. Now,
The
since
single
you
girls are at peace right now. I'm just saying. Me and my
super
sister were
peace.
talking today. She was like, aren't you glad you're not sad?
Yes.
And wondering if someone likes you. I said, oh my gosh.
and having to stress out about somebody who is asking you for something that they would never even give you.
It's exhausting.
We just did an advice letter on last week's episode about this woman who has hit us up multiple times from the same email from something that has been going on pre-pandemic. Before the panoramic happened, she was dealing with this, and she's still talking about it in the year of our Lord, 2026. And she told us to get her together, cuss her out, do whatever we needed to do. And we really took it light because we were low on time. We needed to talk to you, but it was just like, girl, sometimes you gotta let shit go.
I find that people, I'll say people because it's both men and women,
Correct.
they don't really know how to move on. They don't know
That can be challenging.
They don't know how to truly just address the issue. Either hold yourself accountable, hold the person accountable, practice the art of forgiveness. And it's forgiveness of self, forgiveness of the other person, and throw the shit away.
But you said something that really stood out. The key word in everything you said was practice. That's what I'm starting to observe. People don't know how to practice things. Forgiveness, that's a practice.
It is. It really is.
Listening, that's a practice. Loving people, it's a practice in small things that you do in your life every day. How you treat people. You know what I mean? People be like, you want to be forgiving, and then someone circles back around and you don't know how to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Or you keep bringing up old things, and that's not, it's a practice.
Or not listening.
It's all a practice.
And it's like growing up, you know, people say things and they make jokes, and some people are not joking. They're very serious, like careers that are well respected across the board in so many cultures. Being a lawyer and being a doctor. They call those practices because they never are fully sure, and things are ever evolving. Things always change, and you have to be open to that. You've got to listen to your patient. You've got to listen to your client. You've got to figure out a strategy and try it, and then also be okay with, hey, we tried this thing, it didn't work. Let's see what we can do next. And being able to pivot and be flexible and try all of these different things. It can be challenging, but it's not impossible.
Especially if we have a cultural background. I'll tell this quick story. My 3 days ago, my father comes and he picks my daughter up and takes her to the bus in the morning. What a blessing.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
And they get to spend that little time together. That's
Listen,
cute.
That's special.
He's I'm like, I hear the phone and I'm like, it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. What are you huffing and puffing? And it's like, what's happening here? Because it's peaceful in my home every day. He's like, oh, you wouldn't believe what just happened. What happened? He's like, your brother. I have a younger brother and then another older one after him. And he lives in New York, New Jersey. He's like, he had a car accident, totaled his car. And I was like, okay. Is he okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's fine, but now he has a DUI. I said, okay, here's the thing. I said, are you mad? Like, why are you mad? Why are you mad and why are you upset? Like, what? Let's unpack this in 5 minutes. Well, he's just, he's ruined his career. I was like, what does that have to do with you? He is a grown up. He is a grown up. He's in his 20s, maybe late 20s. Like, let him live his life. Let him live his life. Let it go. Like, it has nothing to do with you. I said, is he well? Did he hurt himself? Is he dead? Yes or no? No.
Yes like a questionnaire.
Like, did he hurt someone, injure someone? Did he kill anybody? Yes or no? No. So why are you mad?
And it's a DUI, not manslaughter.
Not manslaughter. And I said, the real issue here is that you were scared. You're terrified. You have the fear that you could have lost another son. I said, and address it from that perspective. Tell him that, look, I'm glad you're okay. Love you. Be careful. Now you have to live with your consequences. Have a great day.
And don't do that shit again.
And then that silences so many other things that could come from that. Even when people in relationships, there's a book called Fight Right. I talk about it all the time. And it talks about how, like, when you disagree with somebody or you about to tell somebody what to do, this has nothing. What are we doing? Let's find the real reason and the real root so that this doesn't spill into we still talking about this every single day. Why? It's a practice.
It is every day it is a practice.
And it's hard to practice some of these things. And the average person doesn't want to do that because it requires accountability. It requires talking to people. It requires intimacy in the conversation.
Honesty, vulnerability.
It's a lot
of things that are very uncomfortable.
Speaking of vulnerability and uncomfortable, I have a question again about business. I know the people listening, they're probably like, y'all ask some of these questions. As a business owner, entrepreneur, all the things, you're all the things. When do you know when it's time to rebrand or refresh?
Well, chat, because I am in a rebrand.
And how you feel going through it?
I love it. But that's also because I love change. And it's not that easy. And I literally had 5 meetings this year from friends that are going through the same thing, and they didn't know how to approach the conversation. And I'm always here for comfort. Like, talk to me, tell me all the things, because I can always quickly ideate and help you pivot, right? But when it's time to rebrand, to pivot, is one, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, you have to really access vision. And in order to access vision, you have to sit quiet. You literally have to sit quietly and trust that God is going to give you, or whoever you believe, whatever you believe, is going to give you the vision. When you are running around, doing the most and so much noise, you're going to miss it. You're not going to hear it. You're not going to see it. And you have to be able to see what's coming, not what's here. It's actually what's coming, So for me, now things are just moving at the speed of light.
Right.
Like, it's moving so fast that I have to pivot a little bit faster. Usually I do a 3 to 5. 3 to 5 years, there's a shift in the industry of advertising and marketing. But because of technology, the pandemic, it's just moving way faster. The presidency, everything is affecting industries.
It's like
right?
a trickle-down effect.
It really, really is. And so I sit quiet a lot. I'm not really in the streets. So I'm not distracted. I don't have a husband. Like I'm not consumed with much. So I have the time to sit down and think about, all right, where's the business going to be in the industry? Where's the industry going to be in the next 3 years? And where is my business, and how can I position my business to be prepared for the next 3 years? Who cares about what's happening today? This is done. I was prepared.
This is already planned.
I was prepared for this 2 years ago. I'm always prepared for what's happening now. You know, like I'm already, all the stuff that we're talking about, this is just this year stuff. I'm already thinking about 2028. You know, like I'm thinking about my exit from my tech platform. Like I'm so far ahead in my thoughts because I don't want to play catch up. I'm not chasing. I'm not, oh my gosh, I gotta run. Nah. I'm way ahead. And as a founder, as an entrepreneur, you really gotta think about the industry that you're in and forecast where they're going to be in the next 3 to 5. So your business can then be positioned to be there already by the time it gets there. Because by the time they catch up, you're already on the next 3 to 5. You know, like I can't stress that enough. Like fasting, a good 5-10 day fast.
No food, just water.
Here's the thing about food. And when I did my first fast, it was so eye-opening. And I know.
I got hungry when you said that.
I heard your stomach growl.
And I am a foodie. I get it. But food is such a distraction. You're thinking about, oh, when I'm going to have a breakfast, when I'm going to have a lunch, ooh, I'm going to go out for dinner, where I'm going to go for dinner, where I'm going to go for brunch. Oh, let me call. You're always thinking about food. So it's taking up so much space in your brain. You don't have clarity on your business. You don't have clarity on, all right, how am I going to bust this move? Where do I need to pivot? There's no space because you're literally thinking about food. I mean, I literally
do all the
How
time.
long did you
It's
do
hard.
your first fast?
10 days.
The first one?
Yeah.
And just
What
water.
kind of fast was you doing?
I did water. But I eased back in with keto. Yo, keto
You're a
changed
different-
my life. I
different.
divorced food.
Ooh.
I literally divorced
What did food do to you, though?
That's a bar.
I know.
It took space
It's
up in her
discipline.
mind.
Yeah, but what else? Because like that's somewhere I would be like, baby girl, that was with
Discipline.
the pastor, and I'm making excuses for my man, aka food. Like, bitch, I'm hungry.
No,
I
so
need a piece of.
nah,
fruit.
if you come, if I don't know,
Bread.
y'all didn't see, y'all didn't get to see it in my house, but there's nothing there. Like
You don't have no groceries because it's distracting.
it is.
Well, now I'm the same way when it comes to being
There's
at home.
water.
I need food at home so that way I won't get distracted and be looking on DoorDash for 3 hours. If I have food in there, then I can make a plan. And this is what I'm cooking. I've got food at home. I don't have to worry about nothing. I don't have to wait on no delivery
Frozen,
people.
like stuff.
Frozen.
Sure,
Oh.
but like there's no snacks.
No, I don't have snacks.
I don't have
You don't have
snacks.
no fruits?
No.
No.
Every
veggie
now- I'll have
sticks, no
grapes
hummus?
and blueberries.
No blueberries.
I'll have necessary things because this is what I've learned about myself and really people.
You don't pack a lunch bag when you're gone for 50 hours in a
No.
24-hour day.
If I pack something, it's normally something that is going to help. I'll leave with a protein shake or my green drink. I'll maybe sometimes bring some grapes or some, because I've never done a fast like that, but I do
Thought we
believe.
were amongst friends. Thought this was a safe space, and
It is
now I'm
very
feeling
safe.
big backery.
But sometimes I
Over
realize it's funny you said food is a distraction, but also sometimes the food be unnecessary. It's like people just be eating just to eat.
Just to eat.
And
That's
it's
true,
like-
but we gotta eat to survive, you guys.
I
We
eat
can't fast for 30 days.
No, that's what I'm
No.
saying. I have fruit. I do have fruit, and
Okay.
I take a bunch of
Breakfast.
vitamins.
breakfast is.
I'm not big on breakfast, but I at least need one meal with some food that I
But see,
chew.
that's the thing. You
I
should
get the
you should
protein
eat
shake in the
breakfast.
morning.
You
Well, you
breakfast-
know, breakfast was a scheme that somebody else set up. Not Todd. I won't put it on him. He ain't that damn old. But you know, it's a scheme.
I'm just saying,
But a meal.
you figure out what works best for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And for me,
Hungry right now.
like there's no pasta,
Yeah.
no bread.
I'm with you on
The
that.
only thing I keep in is rice because I still have a child who
Mhm.
needs to eat. You know, but there's no juice in my house.
No
She
juice.
gets
No
the little,
soda.
she gets the Crystal Light. Because I'm like, if I'm gonna be healthy, you're gonna be healthy. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this
and it's
life
forming
together.
good habits.
Mhm.
Honestly, I wish my mama never would have gave me a soda pop. I used to be a Dr. Pepper fiend.
What is that? You're drinking sugar water.
I know, but when you're a kid and that's what they give you, you learn this from
I've never
somebody
given
else.
my child soda.
And that's
And don't.
good.
Ever.
And that's good. And I'm so glad that you did. But my mama did. And I've tried to mediate many a fight between her and my sister because my sister has children and she doesn't want them to have soda. And my mom was like, oh, they can just have it. I'm the grandma. Stop that.
Listen,
Many bad things
my mother
can happen.
begs me to take her to the store to get sugar because there's no sugar in my house.
Sugar is like crack.
No,
I have to keep
my
it
Mama
out
be one
too,
now
'cause
and
I
later.
like
She
it.
gets a jar. And I'm like, you gotta cut it out.
Yeah. Nah,
But,
sugar's
you know,
a devil.
I do take one. It is.
Sugar's a devil.
Mhm.
Okay.
Todd said that one.
I wanted to ask you really quick. I wish we had more time. Can we talk really quick about setting rates? Influencers setting rates for themselves.
Or just even like negotiating your salary for the people who are listening or watching who aren't influencers, but just knowing your worth. And how do you determine your worth? What would you say about that?
So here's the thing. Only you know your worth. Okay? Stay with me.
I'm staying.
I'm with you.
Stay with me.
Because I'll be royally failing at this point. I'll be like, why are you scared? Go ahead.
It is your responsibility to know your worth. Your worth is internal, right? I know my worth, right? But when you're working with a business, a brand on a campaign, it's your responsibility to articulate your value and the value that you're going to bring to that campaign, to that business, to that brand, not your worth, your value. And the value looks like, here's the quality of the video production. I'm going to hire this person. I'm going to hire that person. Here's all of the deliverables I'm bringing. Here's the added value. And this is valued at $10,000, but I'm going to give it to you for $7,500. Right? That's negotiation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you've outlined the value of the partnership that you're bringing this A++ videographer, you're getting all of this, your location, you're putting all of this effort, and your effort is valued at, right? And then you close on, this is the value of this partnership. But I'm also happy to negotiate, and we can start here.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
Come on. What do you need? How much? Give me the check. There's a documentary with, I forget the girl's name from Call Her Daddy. The white girl with the blonde hair.
Alex.
And she was
Cooper.
sharing a story about when she was trying to get a deal. And I can't remember which one it was, but it didn't make sense. It was a big deal. And they were like, somebody asked them, why did you choose her? And they was like, she believed in herself so much. We felt dumb to walk away and not give her a chance because of how she showed up in the room. And that value part, again, it's a practice. Like, do you value yourself even outside of business? You know what I mean?
It's also being able to show up and speak to your culture, show up and speak to your audience that appreciates and respects your culture. And that the brand is working with you because they want a piece of that. They want to be infused in your culture, in your community, and you have the expertise to do that. So if you can't articulate how your expertise is going to shift and shape and transform their brand in your world, you already failed.
What are some tips if someone is like, I do have something great, but I don't know how to say it? What are some tips that people can do or a book somebody can read to gain the knowledge?
There's so many. That is a tough question because there's definitely a lot of different things out there. I'm launching something soon. One thing that I sat and I thought about, like, what's the one thing I can teach people? I can do so many. I am a wealth of knowledge when it comes to marketing and advertising, but there's just too much, right? So what's the one thing? And the one thing that I said I'm going to teach people, Black people this year, is how to create sponsorship decks.
Now I'm that little deck I sent you. I'm like, oh, did she? Was she? I know she roasting it.
No, not at all. You know, I do it really well. I close $1 million deals because of my decks. You know, because I have a vision and I know how to articulate the value of the vision in a way that converts for the brand. And being able to teach someone how to do that at any level, like that is a skill that will stay with you forever.
That's something people pay a lot of money for. You outsource somebody else to make your deck because you know that's not your forte.
But now with AI, with the power of AI, like literally what used to take me 5 days to make a deck, I literally can do in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If I need to edit something, I'm like, okay, you know, let's just tweak a little.
They hallucinated. Let me correct this. Check everything.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm just going to teach people I have to teach people how to do this. Like, this is one of those transferable skills that you can literally take. If you don't want to be a creator anymore and you want to go into corporate, you can literally take that skill with you into corporate. You can take this one skill. I said, I was going to teach people this one skill. So it simplifies my life because I'm like, my brain, like my focus, like I can literally teach people so many things, but this is one thing that it can change your entire life.
Your credit score will humble you. Like one day you're minding your business, paying bills, living your life, and then suddenly you apply for something simple, maybe an apartment, maybe a credit card, and now everybody wants to run your credit like it's a full FBI investigation. And you're sitting there thinking, wait, why is my credit acting like it doesn't know me? Because a lot of us are doing the right things, paying rent every month, paying our bills, but somehow your credit score still isn't moving the way you expected. And that's why I thought this was interesting. Super.com has something called their credit building program, and it's designed to make building credit way less complicated. With their Super Plus membership, you can get access to the Super.com card, which comes with something called a $5,000 credit utilization boost. Now, let me explain that in normal people language. That is not money you can spend. It's reported to the credit bureaus as extra available credit that you're not using. And because credit utilization makes up a big part of your credit score, that extra credit can help your profile look healthier over time. So let's say your credit cards are maxed out. Maybe you're using $4,000 out of $4,000 in credit. That doesn't look great to credit bureaus. But if the Super.com card adds another $5,000 in available credit, now suddenly you're using $4,000 out of $9,000. Same spending, but way better math. And what I really like is that Super.com can also report your rent payments to the credit bureaus, including up to 2 years of past on-time rent, which honestly makes sense because rent is one of the biggest bills people pay every month. And normally it doesn't count towards your credit at all. There's also no credit check to apply, 0% APR, and you can track your credit progress right inside the Super.com app. So you can actually see what's changing over time. So if your credit score has ever made you feel like adulthood is a total scam, this might be a really practical way to start turning things around. Start building your credit the easy way. Go to super.com/credit right now and see how Super Plus can help you boost your credit score. That's super.com/credit. Credit building features are only available to Super Plus members. Impact on your credit score may vary. Super.com cannot control factors outside their services that may impact your credit. Visit super.com for more details.
What do you do for the people? Not that you don't have to.
But I asked the question though. Like I asked myself that question 4 years ago, 20, maybe what are we in 2020? Before it might have been right before the pandemic. I was like, all right, I do all this work for the brands. I said, but what am I doing for the community? And that's what made me start the award show. And I know she asked the question. I didn't get to answer that, but literally that was the question that made me launch the award shows, because what are we actually doing for the people?
Actually doing for the people. There was
besides just here's a money, here's a paid transaction.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? When Kiki and I started to when we got out of the wild stage with CockTales, there was a moment where I was like, There are so many young women and older women and women listening to this show, but now we got to bring in talking about AIDS. Now we have to bring in talking about self-respect. Now we have to, y'all have to take this and be like, I don't want to be a red B, Cardi B, what's the
Red Pill?
No, what's the rapper name?
You talking about Sexy Red?
Sexy Red. It was like, I love it. It's fun. But when certain people started sending emails and DMs, like, I'm going through a divorce and y'all help me, it was like, oh, if we can help you through a comedic podcast, we have to start giving y'all some actual knowledge. It's important because the people are listening. You buying the products, but also, bitch, put a condom on.
100%.
Learn about your vagina.
But here's the thing. I also think, and this is very, very
raw.
And it's challenging because if you had a daughter, do you want her to go to college a virgin?
It's funny that you said.
I'm not sure about that.
I think communication is so important, and I respect my mom so much for this because before I went to college, she sat me down. I remember we were at the Parks Mall in Arlington, Texas, sitting down at the food court. I had some bourbon chicken over some rice. My mom was like, "I want to tell you something," and I was like, "What?" And my older brother was there, and she was like, "You're about to go to college. You're about to go to Atlanta. You're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna think you're grown, and sex is gonna be happening, and you need to know how important this conversation is. You have to protect yourself. I'm not telling you what to do." And my brother even was like, "This is probably going to be a moment in life where you have the most sex of your life." And he was like, "I know it's weird coming from me, but you got to be safe. You got to watch the people you're around. You need to go to like they really have this laid out conversation. Because are you going to have sex? Likely, yes. But I was so happy that they had like, all right now.
No, for real.
Be careful.
It's a serious, I saw so many young girls in their freshman year of college get played, get STDs, just didn't know how to navigate this
old
space.
Ass man.
It's
I remember
wild.
We would all go get tested, right? Whether we had been having sex or not, just in case, right? We all go get tested. We're all friends. We're going together. And then seeing how scared some people were because they knew that they had been doing risky stuff. And it's just like, friend, if you know that you should, why do you keep doing this? I would say, to answer your earlier question about how would I feel about my child going to school a virgin, I don't know. But what I do know is I would like for them to not be as fearful about sex and just be more knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to instill so much fear that I forget to give a little bit of balance, not to encourage them.
Just comfort.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want them to feel scared to come to me if they made a mistake or if they are having to suffer any sort of consequence as a result of them having sex, because I also have friends going through that. And it's like, you talking to a bunch of other bitches that don't know shit. We're all trying to figure it out. Or like, it's like the blind leading the blind, you know? And it's just like...
Yeah.
We're all kind of in the same boat in that everybody's parents, they told them stuff, but they didn't tell them everything. It was very one-sided.
Yeah.
And I would just like more knowledge without trying to steer someone either way. And I think it's also important to help a young person, a girl or a boy, whatever, to have the confidence to trust their gut and to trust what has been taught to them and not feel like everybody's lying to them or they're hiding something from me. I want you to trust that you have good decision-making skills, you have confidence in yourself, you have at least a little bit of self-worth. We're going to have to keep building it up forever and ever, but at least you got a little bit when you get there. And then you go and you try the things, but with the tools and the proper knowledge about how to navigate those things to the best of your ability while you're still young and figuring out. I think it's room for wiggle room, but sometimes I'd be like, your parents didn't tell you anything? This isn't how you get pregnant. These STDs, like, seeing friends that are like your peers, your same age, be confused about certain STDs and not understanding them. But it happens, and it's just like, your mama did worse than mine. What's going on?
I mean, it's just sometimes it's super uncomfortable. Like I don't recall my mother like having direct, like super direct conversations, but there was a point in which we got comfortable when I was in college, and I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. I'm about to go have an abortion. Call you when it's done.
That when I had the abortion talk with my mom, I didn't tell her till after, and I was so scared. I was so scared to be like, oh my God. And then I was like, she was like, it's okay.
You're an
and I was like,
adult.
yeah, you be forgetting you're an adult.
I do because I still wouldn't do it. If I was pregnant today and getting an abortion tomorrow, I would not tell my mama. Now, she is not like, you can't tell me. She doesn't say that. And
It's uncomfortable.
I know other people will talk to her about all of these things. Like, I'm the oldest.
It's a level of respect, a different level of
Yeah.
respect
It's like
that you
grown
carry.
woman time. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, I'll never forget. I did a Patreon episode in the panoramic with my mom, and I had to put a bulk of it on Patreon. She went into her closet and pulled out a luggage with some extra special gifts. It's still on Patreon if you want to watch it. And I was like, girl, what is going on? This is too grown of a conversation for me. I'm uncomfortable. I feel like the mother and the child. And she's like, you're grown. You're like 40. And I'm not 40 yet, but damn near. She was right. And it is like, okay, at some point, grow up.
You got to.
I'm acting childish. And she's trying to like, let me be an adult. It's tough.
Okay, there was a question that I asked before you went to the bathroom. I forgot what it was, but dang, it was good. I can't remember what okay, but we're gonna pivot. 2 more questions, at least for me. One more business question,
and then we'll be done.
and then we're gonna move on to love life because I just need to know a little bit of something. But the last
Well,
business,
ask one and then the love life because we way over.
that's included in the 2.
Okay.
How do you know when you're being lowballed?
Well, you should know. You should have a base.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone should know. Like I'm not working for less than X.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that base, then you know you'll never go below that line.
Mm-hmm.
But a rule of thumb, shoot for the stars.
Mm-hmm.
And then say, open to negotiating,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like,
Have an internal low number
Correct.
without communicating it to the advertiser.
Correct.
Or whoever.
but also ask for the rate.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give the rate first.
Mhm.
Ask for the rate. Ask for the budget. And if they give you a range, it's like, oh yeah, something between 10,000 and 20,000. Great. Here's what I can do for 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I can do for 15,000. And here's what I can do for 10,000. It's always scalable.
Mhm.
You always give scalable options. And what is the easiest thing that you can give for free? Always give added value because that's the value, right? They feel like they are getting more than what they're paying for,
Mhm.
right? So
Getting a deal.
if you're saying a story, right? Your average story, you charge $2,000 for a story. It's like, hey, you know what? I'll give you 3 stories for free as added value. And the value of that is $2,000 for $6,000. You're getting these 3 stories and it's valued at $6,000. They see value in that.
Mhm.
Like, oh no, this is great. And you know what? I'll even throw in a click-through link. Like they can click my users can click right through to your site and we can track and see what that might look like.
Mhm.
It's literally understanding these little negotiation tactics that make the client feel like they're winning and it's a win-win for
Mhm.
everyone. It doesn't take nothing for you to give a story for
Right.
free. Like literally, you've already made the content, right? Like it takes nothing.
Mhm.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm not minimizing. I'm not minimizing anyone's work because I can't post consistently. So I get it. But I'm just saying, like, you find a thing that is
Added value, but also it's not a lot of extra
it's
work
not
on you.
it's not you're not
Yeah.
shooting a whole another 10, 20-minute video.
Mhm.
You're literally cutting a clip from whatever main
Whatever's
asset that you've
already
already
done.
created.
Okay. I feel like we did a little masterclass here. Okay, love life. Are you dating? Is it hard to date as a boss bitch like yourself?
First of all, which answer do you want me to give?
Which one you want me to
Okay, so you're not married.
I am not
But are you
married.
dating?
I am dating.
Okay.
Are you having a good experience dating? Please say yes.
So because I just study people, I don't mind all of the experiences, good, bad, indifferent. Like it doesn't really off-putting. I believe in love. I believe that I'll find my person. My person will find me when he's ready, right? When it's all ready. I have had interesting dating experiences. I do find that I've dated more here in Atlanta than I did while I was in New York. But I also find that I was more intentional here than in New York. I was building, I was working and super hustle and bustle. And here I'm just like, all right, I'm ready. I'm established. I've built something. I do find it to be more difficult the more successful I become. Only because I don't go outside. And it's hard navigating the dating apps. I tried the Raya.
What'd you think?
I think that it's filled with a whole bunch of pretentious people. It's like, I'm busy. Well, I'm busy. Well, if you're busy
Everybody
and
wants
you're
to have
busy,
the battle of the busy.
then
I hate the battle of the busy.
How are we gonna date? If you're busy and I'm busy, how are we gonna date?
You not that busy.
You not that busy.
You not. Like,
Or you're not that interested.
or you're not that interested. Just call a spade a spade. It's cool. It's all good. And then
did you sign up?
when it comes to the Hinge and the Tinders, it is trash.
Hinge used to be
Bum-
all right for
Bumble
3 weeks.
was okay. Bumble was okay.
How did you feel about having to make the first move on Bumble? Because
I
that's
li-
what I didn't like.
I like that.
Oh,
I'm,
you did?
I'm very like,
What-
do I like you? Yes, no, okay, great. But now, Facebook dating. Okay,
I was
hear
just
me out.
talking about it, but I want to hear you out.
me out.
Do we
What's
like
your
it?
experience?
Hear me out.
She's smiling. She like it.
I like it because there's more options. The filters are better and it's free. There's more people there because Facebook just has the world on Facebook. So you have more of an option to find people. Whereas you're only on the other apps, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, you're limited to the people that are there. Everyone is on Facebook, right? So the pool is just larger.
Do you have to do additional things to make your Facebook dating profile, or you can just pull from what's already on your regular Facebook?
Nah, you have to make a new profile because they don't have access to your Facebook.
oh, that's smart. So they
Yeah,
can't be in
oh
your
my
comments
God,
like,
love
I
that.
saw you on Facebook dating app. I'm like, nigga, that's my business page.
Right. Like, seriously. Like, that's what I loved about it is like, you're
Okay.
not in my personal business, but I can verify that you're a person. So I'm able to move faster and through people like faster. We match, we banter, 1, 2. Here's my number. Call me.
Yeah.
Don't play with me.
Don't play with me. I'm not about to be on this app all
I'm
day.
not about to be. I don't text all day. I'm working. Let's get on a call.
Wait.
Yes.
But I'm a little confused. So, like, okay, so it's not they don't see your regular Facebook,
But you put your pictures up the same way
you put
you
your
set
pictures
up.
up. But what is the difference between that and then any other dating
So
app?
again, it's volume, right? So I filter because I don't date kids. So I need a grown man.
Right.
And that on Bumble is limited to the amount of people. So if there's only 1,000 people on Bumble, right? Because only 1,000 people downloaded the app,
Okay.
right? By the time I filter, it's only 5. But on Facebook, because everyone is naturally on Facebook, there's naturally just more people to filter through.
And there's no paywall. It's not
There's
like,
no
meet more people
paywall.
if you
Exactly.
got you.
No paywall. I can filter however I want to filter and see whoever I want to see. You get bonuses like, oh, here's someone we suggest. Like, and it's all free.
Okay.
So it's less resistance. And again, I can just move through. I'm like, look, I know you're real. I like you. I find you attractive. You find me attractive. We had a little kiki. Let's talk. Let's FaceTime. If we can't FaceTime, we need to meet up within a couple of days. I am not playing with you.
Do you think being that direct with the men makes them nervous?
Yes. However, the right ones, it works because they don't know. Like they're like, oh my gosh, girls be on here like, I'm not giving you my number. Here's my fake number. And when they meet me, they're like, wow,
You're real.
real and a breath of
I
fresh
want to meet
air.
you tomorrow.
100%.
If not today.
Yeah.
100%. But
Makes
the
sense.
challenge in that though is people be wanting me to be their girlfriends immediately. And I'm like, Yeah, I don't do that.
Calm down, cowboy.
Seriously. Like I don't believe in love at first sight. I take my time to meet people. And if we have sex too soon, there's that thing called post-nut clarity. And it's a real thing for
I
me.
was just talking about this other day with my friend.
Like I don't need to talk to you after that.
Yeah.
If it happens too quickly and I don't really like you enough, the thing that anything that turns me off, it turns me off.
Yeah.
Like there's the ick.
I've been focusing on the passion before any body parts are seen or touched. There's so much more passion to be had in conversations, in the way I see you treat people, in the way you see me treat people, in the activities we could do together before sex comes, because
100%.
it can just ruin it.
100%.
Because you just got it already, or because it's bad, and then you're like,
Oh my God.
you gotta go home.
Yeah. And then
So-
it's the go home piece. It's the I really don't want to experience that. I'm out. I don't want to experience that anymore. I don't want to do that to anyone, and I don't want anyone to do that to me. You know, I really want it to be a super intentional. We're waking up and we're having breakfast.
We care for each other.
Exactly. Like I'm not rushing you out of my house because I don't want my daughter to run into you, or you're not rushing me out because you don't want your kid. Like we're too grown for that.
Yeah.
I want it to be like where you have a mutual understanding, a mutual agreement. We're falling for each other. We're
comfortable,
in each other's space.
I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. in the cold, so it's like it's not weird because I don't know if you want me to stay or not.
Falling asleep on the road, like
I'm not. You're not even
That's the
checking
worst, falling asleep.
oh my God, that's
now, in
childish.
a perfect world, what kind of partner or relationship would you like would you say you like to play in 3 to 5 years? In the next 3 to 5 years, what would you like to see yourself with? What does he look like? How does he act? What's the vibe?
What do you feel like?
Well,
Feel like on the inside parts or in your
he
heart?
he is muscular,
In
in shape, healthy. And it's a thing for me again, because you see what's in my refrigerator, nothing.
I can't believe y'all.
And I can cook. You know, don't get me wrong. Like I can cook and throw down and all the things.
It's gonna
but
be intentional.
I
Because you
want
gotta run
us
to
to
the
be
stove.
on the same health vibe, right? I have a gym in my garage. I want us to work out together. Like I want that as a real thing. You have to be super handy. I don't
Like a Mr. Fix It.
You know, I know
That
this
is
is
important.
This is real interesting. Like my father literally comes to my house. He takes out my trash. He washes my car. He builds everything. He fixes my life. I would hate for my father to walk me down the aisle and hand me over to a man that's not
a bootleg man. It's a
If
bootleg
you don't
man.
scoop me up and put me in the back of your pickup truck so we can leave, because I was obviously dizzy when I got here and got dressed. Sorry,
Like,
everybody.
My father is not giving me to no bozo. Who do we call to fix this? Who do we? No. Like that is and when I think about the person I want to grow old with, I want to grow old with someone who is comfortable doing things around the house. He's barbecuing in the back. I'm cleaning in the house.
Ooh, I
like,
love some
you know,
barbecue.
he's fixing something. I'm cleaning something, and we're
building your she
like,
shed or
you know
something.
what I mean? Like,
making something a little,
And he
a little
likes
and he
to.
space.
genuinely
And he proud, he
loves-
researching.
just proud.
And he talks about his wife. He'd
Proud
be
of-
like, I built.
Look
Y'all want
what
to see
I
what I
built for
built for
you.
my wife in the back?
He might even make a damn YouTube channel.
That.
I'm making this for my wife. Don't nobody tell her. But I'm making this.
Yes.
That would make me.
Just, you know, not I don't care to be in the streets. I want to be here building something with my wife. And you want to
On
know
our
why?
land.
Because I want to be in real estate. That's what our legacy is going to be. We're going to do real estate.
Come on.
So if we can do this together, right? Like, again, I'm a visionary and he has to be a man with a plan. Be a man with a plan. You got a woman with vision and we come together and
A
you know,
beautiful thing
It
is
It
there.
is truly a beautiful thing. And just a man of God and character. Like the character thing is, and I think people misunderstand what it means to have good character. It is who you are when no one is looking. When you are alone and you burp, do you say excuse me?
Do you wipe
So,
your butt?
Do you
good?
Do you
wa-
wash your
do you
hands at the
wash your
restroom?
hands? Again, it's when you are alone in the dark, do you treat yourself well with respect? because all of that matters. Because when you come and experience my world, you know, I dated this guy. Lord knows, I hope you don't see this. But
well, maybe he'll learn something if he does.
Maybe he would curse around his child, and like if we're on the phone, he's all kind and sweet to me, but then he's like, "Be quiet, dude."
Oh no!
I'm on like.
Did that make you uncomfortable?
It was so uncomfortable. And I said to him, I was like, you know, there's no cursing in my house. I said, I've never told my child to shut up a day in her life. A day in her life.
And that's not even a curse word.
And that's not even if she ever heard me use it, even if it's in banter with my friends, mommy. Like we have a level of respect in our home. And the person that I build a life with has to be in alignment with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm listening to how he talks to people, to how he treats people, to how he talks to his kids or his family. Like I'm paying attention to all those things because the guy was like, oh, you know, nah, if I was over there, I wouldn't do.
Yes, you would, because you're going to start being yourself.
And what did he say when you brought it up in regards to his own kid? Was he like, oh, I never thought about it, and now I didn't pay attention and I'll do better, or it's not that big of a deal?
It's not that big of a deal. He needs to be talked to like that. No, first of all,
why does he need to be
your
taught?
son is
you don't know,
5 years old. He's a 5-year-old who is hyperactive, exploratory, excited about life. He just curious.
Got here.
He just got here, and you are the only person in his presence that he can talk to, play with, hang out with, and you are his hero.
And you about to mess him up.
Or so you hope.
Listen, I say this all the time. People don't pay attention to that type of thing enough when you're dating. Everyone loves to say, my friends love to say, Medinah, you go too deep. I don't know any other way.
I don't know any other way.
I go deep because this could be my husband.
100%.
This could be the father of my child. And not my husband, but I just get pregnant, we raise a child together, and now I'm raising the child with a man who's telling my child to shut the fuck up, and he's 4. Absolutely not.
No. One thing, I am the most proud of the person I had my child with.
That's so refreshing to hear, because that's not what you hear often.
He is, although we didn't work, he is a great human. He is a great father. He is a great friend. Like, I don't need anything, but I also don't ask for anything. And he just, here you go. Like, we get water delivered to that. He's considered, you know,
that is so
you
important to be with somebody considerate.
Because I don't see how you can, even if you're not with the mother of your children, that's the woman who has your baby.
100%. She could have died.
She should be good. We could go on and on and on.
And I never consider myself a single parent. I don't call me that. I'm not a single parent. We're not together, but we co-parent very well.
He's here.
He is present.
You're such a healthy person. You are such a healthy person. That's important
to like recognize. And also, I'm glad that you shared that, because I think so often people just feel hopeless sometimes. When we talked about it last week, when people are in relationships or whatever the ship is that they are sailing on, where a baby got made down there, and now they're not together, and they feel like, maybe I need this person back because who else will want me? Or they just feel hopeless and helpless, or they think that like this person won't do things if we're not together. And that's not always the case. So it's good to hear somebody share that story. And I make jokes and talk about like my mom and my stepdad. They're not together. He's still my stepdad. He's my stepdaddy forever. But I had to realize something. She says that they're just best friends. We won't get into that. I got other ideas. But I know that I would think so little of him, and I don't, if he really just like disappeared from all of us. Because that's not my dad. I know my dad. But he's been there pretty much my whole life, and he hasn't stopped. He's a grandfather to my sister's kids. Those aren't his blood grandkids, but so what? He took the time on a Saturday morning to take an ungrateful teenager out to learn how to drive who can't drive. And I'm just like, and see, this is patience, and this is what you need in somebody, no matter if the romantic side works. This is a family. And sometimes I love the show Modern Family. It's a comedy and it's funny.
I love Modern Family.
I love it. And it doesn't mirror my family, but it reminds me of my family because it is unconventional. But it's okay to be unconventional, and everything doesn't have to look cookie cutter and you just got to find your way in the modern day and age. How do you get along with somebody that you had a kid with and the relationship didn't work, but y'all working as parents? That doesn't mean that there has to be a fight. It doesn't mean it has to be an issue. If somebody starts dating somebody, it doesn't mean that, oh, now things get weird. No, we can all respect each other. We can all have a certain appreciation and love and respect. And it can go on fine.
And I know we're tight on time, but
We're all like, we know it.
I know. But in just in that respect, like if I could build the perfect like community, right? Like a cul-de-sac.
You want a compound?
I would. I would absolutely like have my daughter's father live down the block. He can marry whoever he wants. Like all rich, y'all live there. But my father, his father, my mother, his grandmother, his aunt, like we would all just live here. The kids would live here. I'd have a grocery store that the kids could work at, that the family could work at. We'd have a little bank. That again, to me, that's generational wealth. Yeah. To me, that's what I'm gonna use this term, but y'all don't come for me, okay? But poly, right? To me, that's what.
There are some good aspects of it, even
and
though
it's not sexual. It's not about the sexual connection.
And that's what they try to tell us, but
it's
average person don't
literally like community. Because for me, my work requires me to travel. And man, having my father live 8 minutes down the block, like I said to my daughter's father.
Oh, that is quick.
I said, look, the best gift that my father gave me was my first house.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And you should do that for your daughter. And he bought a house 8 minutes for me. I said, and now I'm going to have I'm going to retire my father. I'm going to move him
to
here.
My daddy.
And my father rents the house and pays him
so it's
rent.
all in the family.
So it's all. I said, so now my daughter has a house. I said, now my house in New York, I can give to my brother. My house here, I can give to my other brother. Everybody gets. It is like I'm
we all
living.
Help each other. We're a family.
We're here. We have to leave something. We have to leave legacy behind, and that's what it's truly about. And that's why I feel like I'm always happy to help because I'm doing what God put us here to do. Like this is literally.
Sometimes I look at some people like, what are you doing to help people? You asking. God wants you to be helping people in your work. When you at the store, you see somebody, you supposed to be helping folks. You supposed to be thinking about helping folks.
Serving.
Y'all don't even want to help
Everybody needs
your wives
help.
and husbands. Like, what is we really talking about?
Half of them don't want to help themselves. Shoot.
Absolutely
So it's like,
wild. We could do this
all day. Sorry.
Well, you definitely have to come back. You have to come back.
Excellent conversations. We need to have like a day with just you, and then maybe like put some stuff on Patreon just to break it up.
Yeah, but I knew this was going to happen, so I didn't put an advice letter in here, but I do have 3 rapid fire advice questions. So the first one is, what advice would you give to a 25-year-old creator?
What advice would I give to a 25-year-old creator? I would tell them to operationalize, build your system.
Build your system
and take pride in your customer service. I think the biggest issue, like I reach out to so many creators that don't respond. Like you don't really want no money. You got your whole email in here, but you don't want no money. I mean, and I pay people bags. You hear me? When it's time to pay a bag, when I have a bag to pay, I'm going to pay you a bag.
Oh, that would be sad if you looked at your DM right now. You saw you had a message from Toya.
But see, I don't DM. I only email.
Or email, whatever.
And I love somebody who emails.
Okay, next one. Advice you would give to a 35-year-old rebranding.
Don't be afraid. Just do it. Stop thinking. Just do it.
Okay, last one. What advice would you give to a woman scared to negotiate?
Go to sleep. Wake up. And just do it. Like sometimes you just gotta take a nap.
You just gotta do it.
Just take a nap, regroup, but just do it. I have mirrors placed strategically in my house so that every time I pass by, I look at you, that bitch.
Do you write on them?
I don't, but I literally look at myself and I am my biggest cheerleader. Because if not me, then who?
Have you always been that way?
Always.
That's a blessing. That's a God gift.
Yeah.
Because everybody don't have it. Some of us have to learn how to be like, you're that bitch. You really are.
Yeah, me.
No, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
I think it's important to fall in love with your flaws. I see a lot of women change their flaws, but you're still not happy, right? Like, fall in love with all of your imperfections so that, one, no one can come for you about them. And two, you're so comfortable in them and you give yourself, grace for them, and you could just live. Like, you're free of worry and I hate that I wear a size 10. What can I can't do nothing about it. There's nothing, not one thing that I can do about my shoe size. So I just have to love it. Like, find you some great shoes, girl. Just find you some great shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just step and hold your head high so they look up, not down at those big old feet.
I mean, it's the foundation. It's the foundation. Like, what am I going to do in a size 6 but fall?
Trip. And look silly.
Size 6 ain't going to hold up these hips, baby.
Ooh, that rhymed. Okay, that was my last one. I don't even know if we have time for the cocktail, do we?
We don't.
Man, we don't. Okay.
But that just means you got to come back again soon.
I would love
That's what it means.
Very soon.
But before we do go, and before we give you guys some announcements, Toya, can you please let everybody know where they can find you? If you have anything coming up, how they can access it. I know that people want to know.
Well, yes. Personal is LaToya Shambo on Instagram. And business is Black Girl Digital. And then we'll be launching the Black Girl Digital Foundation. I'm pushing for April. I promise I'm pushing for April.
Yay.
So those are the 3 things. And we'll be hosting our award show through the foundation. And that'll be here again in Atlanta. We're going back to the zoo. It's going to be great. So I'm really excited. And more to come, like I said, I'm going to teach people one thing. I'm
But you're gonna help them master it.
That's it. I'm going to help you master it. And I'm really big on workshops. Like, a course is a course. I am not a course girly. I will roll out a couple of all right, get you your little one sheet if you are a self-learner and you want to do it yourself, but you really need the workshop.
Yeah.
Like, we are going to go through how to set up your prompts, and then how to actually create, and then how to actually edit, and then how to publish, and then every step thereafter. Like, a workshop
going through
is
every little detail.
It's so critical.
It's very critical. Listen, y'all, if you said that your New Year's resolution for 2026 was to make shit happen, you need to, I hope you put this episode on replay. Listen to the value that is in it and believe in yourself. And like Toya has said several times in this episode, just do it. Stop being scared. Try the thing. Start the podcast. Write the book. Go do the comedy show, talk to the man, whatever it is.
Write the show.
Write
Do
the
all
show,
the
pitch the show, negotiate your value. Stop being scared. You're not going to get in trouble. Like,
The worst that can happen is somebody says no, thank you.
And it's already no thank you before you even ask. So it can only go up.
yeah. Y'all, we're growing, we're learning, we're being vulnerable. It's is it International Women's History Month?
Yes.
Right.
And we talking about women that's still with us on this side of the living who we can celebrate. Because,
Absolutely.
we don't just got to talk about the dead ones. It's people doing great things
We're
here today.
actually making history.
Yeah, you're
Literally
making it. You're
making
in
history.
it.
You're in it.
Into the thick of it.
As always, you guys, I want to just say this really quick. I am on the board of Meals on Wheels Atlanta. If you would like to donate, please hit me up. Click the link. We have an event coming up called Taste. They're going to get 15 taste makers in Atlanta. There's different restaurants to come and taste. There's performers. There's an auction. I would love for you to help me out with it. So I'll put the link here. You can donate. You can buy a ticket. The early bird sales end, I think, on March 20th. So y'all check me out and come support. We're feeding the seniors, and that's important.
And if you are interested in finding some books, we're not reading any self-help, no self-development, because sometimes life is stressful and you can do that on your own. That is a personal path, and you need to talk to somebody qualified, not me. Sometimes you just want to take a break from the TV, from the internet and everything else, and you want to read a book for entertainment. And that is what we are doing this month and every month with my book club. So the Drinks and Read book club, we have happy hour mid-month. You might have missed it. It might have been yesterday, but don't worry, the book club meeting is at the end of every month, and we are reading Confessions of a Hustler's Housewife this month. And every month we vote on the book. So it's not my choice. it's amongst the group. And I hope that you guys join us. We're also going on a trip later this year. So if you want more details on that, you need to go and sign up for the book club so that you can see the details, because it will be released there first. And make sure you're also following us both on Instagram. We are at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
Bye. 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 Bye.